Well, hello folks and welcome to the channel. It is all about racing. In this episode, we're going to take a look at a 143 scale kit car by a company called Automodelli. And essentially, guys, what this is this car is a 1999 Courage C50, the number 14 by VRC Cadenza. This being a kit car, basically the gentleman that owned this previously built this from scratch. It comes in like a clay color. It's in pieces. You have to piece it together. You've got to paint it. You've got to decal it. You have to apply everything. I mean, I couldn't do it. Maybe 10 years ago I might have been able to. I don't even know if I would have done it then. I mean, you've got to have the facilities to paint properly and everything else, which I just don't have. But anyhow, in regards to the Courage C50, there are only three of these that were ever built. Sometimes they're called the C51, the C52, and one Courage C41 was converted into a C50. The chassis is a decals carbon fiber with aluminum monocoque. The engine is a Porsche Type 935, the WSC Boxer 6, producing about 542 horsepower at 7,700 RPMs. The transmission is a Nissan X-Track 338 6-speed sequential. Now, the team was Pescarolo Promotion Racing Team, which is based in Le Mans, France. The team would in 2000 be renamed Pescarolo Sport Racing. This particular car was the 1999 24 Hours of Le Mans team, and they finished ninth. This was an all-French driving team. Now, he has the names of the drivers listed on the side here. You can barely read the decal, but they are as follows. There was Henri Pescarolo from France, who competed Le Mans in a record 33 times and winning it on 4 occasions, 1972, 73, 74, and 1984. He had 6 class wins. He also won the 24 Hours of Daytona and competed in 64 F1 races. The second driver was Michele Ferte, also from France, a pro racing driver who competed in Formula 3000 from 1985 to 1989. And sadly, he passed in 2023 at age 64. And the third driver was Patrice Gay, also French, a French Formula 3 champion with 3 wins and 9 podiums in just 17 races. Now, folks, this is a really nicely done. It's a beautiful car. I love the Courage. I guess it's a decals carbon fiber chassis, but I guess they call it a Courage. It's a really neat open cockpit car. If you take a close look at those mirrors and how dainty they are. Now, one of them is pointed straight up in the air. This thing came to me in a box with basically wrapped up in paper. I mean, I'm surprised the mirrors survived the trip to the house. I think this was auctioned off as part of an estate sale to get rid of the guy's collection that he owned quite a few cars. I actually bought about 6 of these from the particular seller. Not this particular car. This is the only kit car that I bought. But as you can see, it's nicely detailed. And this being an older car, if you take a careful look at the number 14 sticker on there, you see that's Le Mans 1999. And you see the P0 tires, a very unique marking that you don't see. The wheels are just plain flat black. There's not a whole lot of detail there. But otherwise, I think the paintwork and the application of the decals on this car are absolutely impeccable. Take a look at the front. The headlights look really, really nice. You see the tow hook there. And again, the mirrors, that just had to have been the trickiest part. And there's the wooden base you see that's provided for these. Now, the passenger side doesn't look much different from the front, to be honest with you. But if you take a closer look as I zoom up, you can see some of the interior work in there. And as we look at the back of it, we'll get an even closer look. Now, notice that the mirror on the left-hand side, you see how it's pointing up in the air? I was afraid to reposition that with fear of breaking it. It is so dainty. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. There are no aerials on here. I don't think there ever were any. I've taken a look at the race back in those days, and I've seen a bunch of pictures of this particular car, and I did not find any aerials on it. Sometimes there's a small aerial inside the cabin, but I don't think they had aerials on these particular cars. Now, there's a look at the rear of the car, and you can see on the chassis there's not a whole lot to see. The rear wing is very unusual in that it is so low to the ground, and it's unique. I I think, to these cars. Look how far it is laid back off the rear of the car and how low to the ground it is. I mean, that is not a whole lot of drag with that thing. But very, very unique. And as we pull up here, you can see some of the more exquisite details from the rear. And here's a really cool look at the interior of the cabin. And of course, this is all decal work that the gentleman that built this, applied it to. But you can see the fire extinguisher. You can see the control panel on the left here. If you've ever seen any of these open cockpit cars, they look just like this, guys. They really do. I mean, this is a very, very good representation of what it really looks like inside the cockpit. As I pull back a little bit more, you can see more detail there. I get too close, it kind of gets out of focus. You see the steering wheel. You can see the gauges on there. Now, from this angle, you can see the seat. You can see the seat belts. You can see some of the other work there, the emergency switch there on the dash panel. If you take a look towards the back of it, you see some other stickers attached to the interior frame. Really, really nice job, guys. I think this is a really cool model. Very proud to have it in my collection. I can't say that I built it, so the credit goes to the gentleman who put this together, but I think he did, for the most part, a very, very good job. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, give me a thumbs up. See you next time.